Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of Market Check brought to you by BB. There is no second best live YouTube stream to talk about the markets. Another great day for us to, or at least a lot to talk about, right? I wouldn't necessarily call it a great day unless you are basically all in on a very small handful of altcoins or a very small handful of equities. We are seeing kind of a correction across the board today. Did Bitcoin front run? Maybe equities pulling back a little bit. We'll talk about that as well as kind of the developing situation that we continue to see with STRC and MicroStrategy. Bitcoin is exceptionally weak right now. Like I kind of pointed out, we are seeing some altcoins kind of defy that weakness as well. We'll talk about that. I saw that Prometheus had some thoughts on that in the on the Discord call this morning. But before we can get started, guys, I'm Snorlax. You also know me as Tommy. I'm joined by Tucker, Max. I already pointed out, of course, Prometheus. We're gonna have a great stream for you all today, talking all things markets, all things volatility, and everything else in between. But before we can get started, going to need you to hit the like button for us, slam the like button for us. Whether you are happy that you have shorts printing on crypto, whether you are frustrated with crypto, and whether you just want to pretend that like button is Michael Saylor, hit the like button. We're going to have a great episode for you all, as we always do. But yeah, kind of talking about things in a little bit more granular light. I guess we can start with crypto instead of equities. Bitcoin really, like I kind of already pointed out, continues to be exceptionally weak. Meanwhile, we have a handful of altcoins that, I mean, they bounced very strongly, obviously, in Asia session. Some of them haven't really given you quite the same bid since, but Hyperliquid and Zcash in particular have just been crazy strong. Do I think they would be immune to a large Bitcoin pullback? I wouldn't say that, but clearly the forces at play that are bidding these two assets do, I think, resemble like a fundamental sort of bid, especially on something like Zcash, right? Which is obviously really benefiting from, I mean, you could maybe argue that it's the same dynamic that we saw in Q3 and Q4, where Bitcoin whales were likely exiting their Bitcoin straight into Zcash. While Bitcoin really struggles with what appears to be an unwind related to MicroStrategy and, of course, STRC. This is kind of a put up or shut up level for Bitcoin. I think below 65K, we're not really bleeding anymore at that point, where we're probably seeing some impulsive moves down. And then, of course, with equity markets, we're seeing oil start to elevate again for the first time in, I guess, maybe like 1 to 2 weeks. I mentioned on Monday that I'm a little bit more optimistic. That context needs to be very specified to the oil asset specifically, not anything else. But like, I had a certain level of optimism that oil was going to be trading higher, not about the repercussions of what that would imply, of course, but oil does look set to trade higher from here. I think I compared it to ARM Holdings. We can discuss that later on the show and maybe a little bit more detail, but oil to me does look set to go higher. Does that lead to maybe a bit of a pullback, obviously, in indices, in some of these individual stocks that have been absolutely ripping face? I mean, it looks to me like equities are still pretty par for the course so far, but I don't want to yap and ramble for too long. I do think oil's probably headed higher here. I do think crypto is probably headed lower. We set the stage, gentlemen. How are we doing?
Wow, so you think it's like this, a situation?
No, zoom out on ARM. I think it was the range it broke out of before that.
Oh, yeah. Tommy.
Yeah.
Tommy.
As a diesel enjoyer, believe me, it brings me no pleasure to say this.
Wait, you're a diesel enjoyer?
I'm not like quite a diesel enjoyer, but I'm premium gas enjoyer.
Tommy, it's a scam, bro. We've talked about this. Premium is not real.
Yeah, it's a scam.
We have the inside source on the it's not real.
Well, I'm a sucker then.
Yeah, it's okay. I see it though. I see what you're saying. I mean, it all depends on the old straight, obviously.
Are you monitoring the situation, Anon?
Of course. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think I think equities maybe pull back here a little bit, but really not too worried about them. Let me pop on the old ribbon.
Here, I got something for your guys' straight monitoring.
All hands, hoist the colors high.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
live footage from Prometheus last week on the rig.
trading on Hyperliquid Live
Yeah,
in the overnight markets.
monitoring.
I have this bad feeling that Bitcoin is not really going to bounce much from here. And that's actually a good feeling for me because I do have downside exposure, specifically to a certain company that I think may actually Enron itself right now. That I'm not going to say it's I'm not going to say what it is, but there are people speculating it is MicroStrategy, but I can neither confirm nor deny. I'm not going to talk about it. Like, don't pressure me to do it. I will not say what it is, but they do happen to hold like 800,000 Bitcoin, but I'm not going to say which company it is. But I just have this feeling that Bitcoin is really just not gonna. It's just not gonna really find legs here. It just sort of feels like it's sitting on the floor, and it feels like we're going to get some sort of big push down, then maybe we'll pause again, for a couple days, and then like weekend nuke or something like that. That kind of feels like what's going to happen most likely, which is fine, right? Which is completely fine. It's just, it's going to get really fucked, which is okay, but it looks so bad. I'm not buying the altcoin strength, honestly. As somebody who owns a lot of altcoins, like I think you're getting a little too close to the fire there. I don't really believe that, we can just have like Ondo and Injective and like Useless and VVV, have their own mini bull market while Bitcoin and MSTR just get cooked. I don't really believe that, but hey, you know what? I've been wrong about altcoin strength before, right? Like I as a Hyperliquid investor, I've been skeptical that it would continue to hold up this well, but it has. So, maybe Injective, Useless, VVV, Ondo, maybe they're all just as good a tech as Hyperliquid after all. So I guess we'll see. But
please tell me Useless is not pumping.
Oh no,
it is pumping quite a bit, actually. Yeah.
Oh man, can't be good.
Oh, we deserve it then.
We did.
I think it's really interesting that liquidity is going to altcoins as like a safe haven right now. Like they're going to escape a potential blowout to the downside in Bitcoin. I don't know. I mean, that's not going to be me. That's not going to be something that I'm interested in doing. But a lot of people right now are trying to escape Major's weakness through altcoins. And I just don't know how that ends well.
Dude, I don't know.
Why wouldn't you just buy Tether? And that's a good altcoin to hold if Bitcoin goes down.
I don't think I've seen dominance drop bearishly before, really, which is weird.
If it does, it doesn't last very long. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
I remember at one time, and that was in, I want to say that was right, ironically, like during the Luna crash, actually.
Let's mark it out. Can we throw some Luna on the chart with Bitcoin dominance and see?
It wasn't a big drop. Definitely not as like the one we're seeing right now, for the record, but.
No.
But I do briefly remember there's been certain moments when I think what Prometheus is describing is very real. When like there is carnage, sometimes alts have just like, yeah, look at that right there. That's interesting. After it, Bitcoin dominance nuked.
So Bitcoin.
It is a little bit difficult to reconcile like why alts are doing what they're doing. You know, we could say people are seeking some sort of safe haven because they think there's a Bitcoin contagion that's occurring. Or it's literally just like cabal pumping coins, you know, having some fun before an unwind. I don't know. Or the age old alts are leading Bitcoin and we're about to bottom and like send, you know, the age old, you can trust this altcoin outperformance. We're good.
It's worked well in the past 5 years.
I think it's worked one time in the past 1,000 times that people have called it, myself included. Every time where I'm like, oh man, alts look really good here. Like, who cares what Bitcoin is doing? Like, alts are leading Bitcoin. It always results in me having less money about 1 week later after I say that. But hey, this time could be different, right? You know, who am I to FUD? Just put all your money in VVV, useless, Zcash, hype, Ondo, injective, and like sail off into the sunset, I guess.
Is Ondo pumping?
Yeah, bro, looks good.
Jeez,
What is
man.
going on, dude?
That's what I mean.
Money's trying to find a safe haven in altcoins right now. If you pull up others, it looks identical to what ETH just did. If you zoom out a little bit,
Yeah, it does, bro.
it looks identical.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I see that.
this does not end well.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's no world in which I see where Bitcoin can have a continued meaningful sell-off and you can just park your money in altcoins like it's okay.
Let's do this.
So you're telling me you don't believe this altcoin strength and that you can just buy useless, Ondo, injective, hype, Zcash, and just sail off into the sunset?
I don't. And that's the thing that we're
Dude,
talking
you're
about
just
too.
a hater with no vision. That's the problem.
I know.
Like, yeah,
I
that's
just
wild
don't-
that you
I
say
don't
that.
believe in it.
Just
Yeah.
I would say just wait for Bitcoin sub 60K, and that rhetoric will go away very quickly.
There was these like big
Yeah, it will,
Bitcoin
Tommy.
whales.
But-
on-
yeah, it will.
Yeah, there's these big Bitcoin whales on this podcast the other day, like shaming crypto participants because they're like, they have no long-term vision. They don't believe in this asset class, and just pure cope. It was incredible to watch.
Yeah, I could get on a real soapbox about like Bitcoin and like Bitcoin OGs and like or like the self-proclaimed Bitcoin OGs, man, like the public forward-facing ones, not the like anon guys that you don't know about that have 10,000 plus Bitcoins that are like, you know, not those guys. I'm talking about like, you know, the corporate boys, right? You know, the corporate boys. The last cycle they were all saying not your keys, not your coins. Now they're saying screw that. I got paid to tell you to park your money in this publicly traded company. Let them hold Bitcoin for you. Oh, and also here's a risk-free double-digit yield. I'm talking about those boys, you know, not your keys, not your coins to thanks for the check. I'll be your puppet. Those boys, right?
Mhm.
Those boys, the ones that they stigmatize the shit coiners and the perps traders, calling us filthy, calling us sinners and a disgrace to everything Bitcoin, right? The ones that give me crap about starting a company called Because Bitcoin because I trade shit coins, right? But they get paid so handsomely by these publicly traded companies to tell you to park your money there and get a risk-free Bitcoin collateralized double-digit yield, which is virtually risk-free. I'm talking about those boys. Bitcoin has a cancer, and it's not crypto. It's not altcoins. Bitcoin has a cancer. And we're going to find out really soon what that cancer really consists of, because that tumor has to come out. I'm telling you, nobody wants to believe in Bitcoin right now because it is not a benign tumor. It's very, very malignant. So we're going to see who that cancer is. That's the end of my soapbox.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
it's the paper Bitcoin people.
Oh, the paper Bitcoin's Coinbase.
Well, yeah, I know.
We'll find out. We'll find out about that.
We're gonna find out what the cancer really is. I have a feeling maybe there's a couple tumors. We'll see. Maybe one of them is bald. I don't know. Maybe one of them's fighting with Jamie Dimon. I don't know. I have no idea. Who am I to say?
Who am I to say?
It is going to be really funny if this others chart just completely rolls over and basically just looks like ETH.
Yeah.
Look at how bad those lows look if we enter back into the range on others.
Bro, if we enter back into that range on others, it is going sub 100 billion with haste. It has
all
to
those
hold.
lows look.
I'll see you right here, man.
Oh, it's going way lower than that. If
No,
it
I
goes
know,
down in
but-
range.
That's the spot.
Dude, all those systematic lows, all that liquidity just camping out in altcoins right now. Ay. It's yeah.
It's like that Chud meme where he shuts the curtains with the nuke going on in the background.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good one.
I'm gonna have to post that.
Can we FUD MSTR quickly? Do you guys want to do that, or
Yeah,
should
guys, come
we
on.
do something else? I'm just trying to throw out ideas, something that we could all do together, as friends. Just something fun to do. Be like, yeah, you want to go to dinner? You want to go to the batting cages? Want to FUD MSTR? Just something friends do together. All right, walk me through the future of the digital economy. Walk me through the wonders of digital credit. Walk me through it. What are we seeing here?
I think we need to pull up the STRC.
Oh, he
chart for that
reversed
one
it. He
next.
faked us
There
out.
we go.
He faked
There
us out.
we go.
Wow.
I'll see you there.
Threw
Oh
on
my
the bull
goodness.
fibs and then just reverse.
Reverse the Uno reverse card.
Dude, I will feel so glorified if we go to $50 for MSTR.
Well, how do you feel about negative $42?
I mean, brother, don't tempt me with a good time.
I think that's. I mean,
I am actually interested in 50.
it's a good level down there, man.
It's a good level. Yeah. Yeah. It is a really good level. And I'll tell you this, not saying that I have any short exposure to this company, because like I said, I'm not going to talk about it. But if I did, I'd probably be playing a strike that would be very, very deep in the money if we went to 50, and it'd probably print me about 100x. And I'd be pretty excited about it if that happened in the next 60 days. That would be huge for me personally. At the demise of hundreds of thousands of investors in this company, it would be huge for me as an individual. So
Yeah, I just don't know how you can own this.
no, you
I
can
don't know
stop right there. You could stop right there. You don't
Yeah,
even have
yeah.
to say anything else. You said the sentence right there. I don't even know how you could own this. That's all you had to say.
I really don't, dude. I really don't.
Would you, Tucker, just for fun,
Hmm.
would you fill out a form for us?
Oh,
Just for fun.
oh yes.
Just that's how I'm having a good time. Just a quick form. No pressure. Full financial reimbursement. No big
Yeah.
deal. Quick form.
Think
Dude,
I
I
think-
wish I would have known about this a week ago. You can trade options on STRC.
What?
Yes.
really?
Yes. I wish I would have known this a week ago. I
What?
just went
Dude,
check.
the options for it are like,
They're so expensive.
so
Yeah.
believe me, I've looked.
Man, I wish I would have known about that.
The best way to play STRC and MicroStrategy options
Just short spot.
is Coinbase.
Or just short spot STRC. I mean, what's your
Can
You're-
you?
I think so.
I didn't see it on
Let me see.
Hyperliquid.
I need to double check.
this morning.
You
but-
should be able to.
Yeah, because it's a preferred stock.
Look, okay, so this is a form. So This is a little starter here, right? Because I wouldn't full size.
You're not going to full port.
Yeah, I'm not going to full port right at the bottom of a giant red candle,
Come
but
on, Tucker.
little starter to nibble just in case it waterfalls, of course.
Just a taste, yeah.
And then probably another one like right there. Either way, the stops are in the gap. I don't think we're gonna gap fill.
So if it's acceleration time, we're not filling that gap.
Boys,
No.
you can short STRC stock.
And it's at what? It's at
95.
What's your downside risk shorting it, or the upside risk is it repins back to 100. The downside target
5%.
0.
Can you can you do me a favor, Tucker? Go to like the daily on this. And I would just love to see a trend line across all 4 lows. I would just like to see if we've broken down already. I'm just oh no.
Oh no.
So I'm not sure, look, you can't just draw a line on a trading view chart and expect it to work. Like, that's not real. You know what I mean? Like, TA doesn't work. This line is arbitrary. It's unimportant. It's made up. It doesn't matter. Okay. You could just buy this right here and get a risk-free 14% APY for the rest of your life. You could stretch your income by buying this chart. You can stretch your quality of life, live a better life by buying this chart. So,
and if you hold it long enough, soon enough, you'll stretch your anus.
I was like, where's he going with this? This is yeah, this is honest question for you guys. Like, are we worried about this?
Yes. I mean, to me, this is just like I'm watching UST.
Yeah.
All over again. Honestly, like this is probably when UST had first depegged. I can't remember exactly how much it was, maybe by like 5 to 10 cents, and then it kind of got bought back up. And then when it broke that wick again, all hell broke loose. I mean, I kind of feel like,
I sent you a chart a couple nights ago, Tommy, just
Yeah.
individually. I'm usually a group chat guy, but I was like, I don't think this is for anybody else to see right now. I sent it to Tommy. And when we talk about this, like the UST moment, essentially, if we are going to really leg down, this is going to be it. Okay. Like, this is that moment. The next 30 days ish is going to be, you're going to watch this thing implode in real time in the next 30 days. And by the way, I will mention this to you guys also. If Bitcoin is shouldering before a dive down into the 40s or lower, it's the exact same cyclical timing and structure of the Luna collapse. So I'm just saying,
it is.
there are some weird
Crazy.
similarities. We'll see how it plays out. I know this Ponzi is different than UST, but also not really.
This
Not
time
really.
Bitcoin is the Ponzi, which is dangerous.
Yeah.
I'm going to dubiously speculate that the markdown happens much more quickly than people, even like bears, are expecting.
That would be fine with me, man.
I'm just saying, if we had to pinpoint the real single point of failure of this Bitcoin's chart, like, where's the Achilles heel of Bitcoin? The Achilles heel is this adjacent chart right here. It's the attempted ponzification of Bitcoin. I'm a digital credit hater for the time being. Not that I don't think it can work at some point, but for right now, I'm a digital credit hater.
They're selling $60 puts on this for July at $30 a pop.
What?
Yeah.
Say that one more time.
Oh my God, dude.
They're selling what?
EV open interest. They're selling $60 puts for STRC for July at $30 a pop.
Why is that so expensive?
No, not 30, not the option price. I'm saying 30 USD. So 0.3.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, yeah,
okay, okay.
No, yeah.
I was like, hold on.
No. Yeah. It's
That's basically pricing it as a certainty that that's the
Yeah.
No, it's
zero
not.
in the next 30 days.
I was like, well, then Bitcoin's cooked. If that's literally gonna happen, then Bitcoin is gonna go down.
It's
so much.
literally gonna happen. Yeah.
Okay. So
not
let
bad.
me sketch this out here. So
do you guys want to hear something else that's pretty crazy as it relates to MicroStrategy? I'm sure you've read about the whole poly market situation that happened earlier this week.
With the sailor selling or whatever.
Yeah, and poly markets are like UMA Oracle is like the UMA holders are basically saying like no, just because it was announced on June 1st, even though the buying took place before the end of May, you're shit out of luck. That market is now, I think it's like top 3 all time in poly market volume. So poly market's got a big problem on its hands. Basically, you have millions and millions of dollars buying shares that are worth like half a cent to 1 cent. That might need to get paid out at like 100x. So I think that's kind of a risk to poly market right now. That I mean, holy shit! I can't believe it's done so much volume. It was like half that yesterday when I was looking at it.
dude, I'm looking at these July 60s. There is no open interest on them though, dude. You like can't even.
I know.
You can't even get filled on them. Like you'll get filled and be down like 80% immediately.
Max,
What are you looking at?
and Phil,
You're looking at the you can throw limit bids in at like 0.4, 0.3 and get filled.
I mean, dude, you might have to play a different expiration date if you wanted.
I know.
Let me try a little different one. I don't want to be down 80% as soon as I rip them. June 18th is way too soon. There's a reason they're not writing these or providing any liquidity on them. And it's because they don't want to pay you out 500 to 1 if this thing does collapse.
I mean, you can, let's see.
Well, if they're selling me puts, you better be prepared to pay them out.
They're gonna have to call me personally to get out of these things.
Why is the
TradFi brokerage than Deribit? I'll tell you that much.
the same strike is what I'm looking at June 18th. Sorry.
The Septembers are not terrible. I mean, they're not great, but they're not awful.
Yeah, why is $80 2 and 75 is 5 and then 2 and then like these are so there's no continuity to this options chain.
No.
Just it's probably dictated by wide spreads. Like
Yeah.
some are going to have wider spreads than others, which like will raise the mark to the middle price. As a long tail option enjoyer.
I mean, I don't hate the 90s for July 17th at 230. That's not bad. There's open interest.
There is open interest.
Oh wait, but it says it's trading at 160. I mean, you could throw a limit at the mark is 165, the ask is 235. That's insane. I bet you could throw it near the mark and get filled, maybe.
It's really tempting. I mean, you're basically just betting, like you're throwing a YOLO bet that it literally goes to zero. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
that's basically what you're doing, you know?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, all right, I'm expecting to burn to zero, but I'm expecting it to burn to zero. But if it doesn't, you know, it's like you just kind of write it off and you say whatever, you know?
Yeah.
I may or may not have just bought a little bit. We'll see.
I think the severity of the situation is going to set in below 60K.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, if you look at the MSTR Bitcoin pair chart, it seems pretty clear to me that it's about to visit range low, like high time frame range low. Tucker, if you're able to, maybe you could pull that up. The MSTR Bitcoin pair chart. And then go like zoom way out, like weekly. Draw like a high time frame range for this whole bottom.
Yeah.
Like to me, that looks like it's about to go to range low, which is an indication that
It's down here.
MSTR is about to nuke harder than Bitcoin here. If that goes to range low, see what I mean? Like that looks like a shoulder that's about to break, which tells me MSTR is much weaker than Bitcoin here.
Mm-hmm.
Like that looks like it has 40 or 50% to drop, honestly.
Yeah. Jeez. That's good for Bitcoin, I guess.
No, because I still think Bitcoin could go down 30%. It's just terrible for MSTR.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you like MSTR at 75, you're going to love it at 40. I'll tell you.
I was thinking about the irresponsibly long MSTR crowd yesterday. I searched the community. I couldn't find it anymore.
I think they're all starting, like, I think they're at the denial phase where they kind of just go quiet and then they're like, oh yeah, like it's totally fine. There's nothing to worry about. And they say that to their friends, but then like at home, they're kind of like zoned out at dinner with their family. And their wife's like, hey, did you hear what I said? And then the guy's like, oh yeah, sorry. What's up? But he was just thinking about like, wait, am I just part of a cult? And he's like replaying everything the whole time. So I don't know. I think they're really like, this is kind of that window where it's like the next couple weeks are either going to be really interesting or somehow we're going to get out of this thing just fine. But it just kind of feels like it's like there's this calmness, you know, it's like right before the tsunami, the ocean is just glass, you know, it's just
Mhm.
glass. The water kind of like recedes and there's just like glass, right? And you're like, wow, like why are all the birds flying inland? Like this is very like it's beautiful seeing like the seagulls flying inland all at the same time. It's beautiful. And then you're like, oh man, like they actually they know that like they're about to get wiped out if they stay on the shore. And I'm starting to feel like there's a calmness over this market right now before there's absolute chaos. Altcoins are pumping, right? Out of nowhere. Everybody's like alt season, doesn't matter what happens to Bitcoin. MSTR Bitcoin chart looks terrible, right? This has 50% to go. STRC is breaking its legacy trend line, 95. It just kind of feels like it's like the trifecta of you're about to get cooked.
Mm-hmm.
I understand what I'm saying is maybe polarizing or dividing, or you're like, oh, I'm fading that. He's being ridiculous. I'd say 50% of it is slightly over dramatic just because we're having fun on the show. And then another 50% of it is like, yeah, I genuinely am positioned for a massacre, and if it doesn't happen, then I'll unwind it. But it's like everything I'm seeing is like there's this siren going off in my head, like this red siren that's just like, yeah, protect yourself, like brace for impact. But we'll see.
I want my asset class back, man. I know what must be done.
They always expect somebody in the wreckage, brother. I don't see anybody in the wreckage yet, but maybe there will be.
I had to go and I came back to, again, the lovely conversation of MicroStrategy going to zero. What it kind of reminds me of a little bit, granted, there's a lot more kind of like baked in risk, is BNB at 220.
Oh, God. Look at that.
B&B.
Yes. Remember in the bear, we were talking about it a lot. Like
no.
nobody wants to see BNB below like 200, right? 220.
Yeah.
And the only thing is there's no like systemic risk baked into BNB as there is to MicroStrategy, right? From a liabilities perspective. And they don't have, like, I mean, they have Sailor, and Sailor's arguably just as large as CZ, but CZ has the ability to do things that Sailor cannot. You know, Sailor has to follow the United States regulatory system, and CZ just can do whatever he wants, because they're based out of the Bahamas, I believe.
Based.
Man,
I feel like I got a pretty good fractal on BNB actually.
Tommy, don't see it, man.
Go to VNQ 2008, brother.
VNQ 2008. What a wild call that was.
Let me cook.
What do you want, like the weekly? Here.
Yeah, basically like that.
Okay, so hold on. Okay, let's get BNB.
For pre-breakdown, if I think Bitcoin's absolutely fried.
BNB.
Dude, and the dip buyers this morning just got absolutely punished.
Oh yeah.
I had a buddy who's like messaged me and he's like, man, you know, peak fear on Bitcoin, you know, starting to buy a bunch of IBIT here. And I said, wait. I said, no, you're not. Wait.
You had a buddy?
Yeah. Yeah. My buddy, my buddy from my old job. And I said, no, you're going to wait. You're not going to average in when the knife is falling and the guillotine is coming down. It's about to cut somebody's head off. It was like, wait till the head's on the floor.
I see it, Tommy. I see it.
At my old job, I had a coworker a few months before I left. He told me him and his friend had just been DCAing into Virgin Galactic for the last like 2 years. And then I looked back at that chart for the first time a few months ago, and I really hope he didn't hold it all the way down.
You know what a friend of mine told me last night? Has anybody ever, okay, before you even pull it up, have you ever charted Monster? Like Monster energy drinks?
No.
Bro, the most crazy chart you've ever seen.
Hold on.
You're on crypto.
Yeah.
Dude, it is up only.
Do you believe, Max, that they're a demonic company?
I've seen some of the conspiracy theories. I think I might have to consult Tucker on that. He's kind of my he's my my tinfoil hat guru, but
Your esoteric quant.
yeah. Yeah, you're my esoteric quant.
I've never looked at that chart. That's crazy.
I know. When he was like, "Have you ever looked at Monster?" I was like, "Brother, no. I didn't even know they were publicly traded." But like, do this. Put it in log mode and look at the early setup. The thing on its IPO nuked 90% and then went up 1.4 million% following that. You know, some guy bought the IPO, panic sold that minus 90%,
Mm-hmm.
and then just missed out on generational wealth.
Do you want to hear another good one?
5? Wow, that's old. I didn't know it was that old.
I didn't know either.
Do you want to hear another good one? Like
Oh,
this? Rolls Royce.
Really?
Really?
I know one guy that talks about this.
Yeah. Okay. There might be something to the Monster the monster demonic thing, because just given the timing of the mid 80s, that was the whole like satanic panic thing, you know.
Oh
I
yeah.
I bet they were low key playing on that. But I can do some digging. All right.
How has Rolls Royce gone literally vertical? Can somebody explain that?
Don't worry about it.
Is anyone buying these? Like, what was it, 65? Oh my god. What is it?
Confused.
I mean, if you think about it, just take a look at the stock market, man. People that buy a Rolls Royce probably have a lot of exposure to U.S. equities.
Mhm.
Like lower middle class people don't have any, like, they're not their customer, they're not their demographic. So maybe it's just like a,
It's just stock market make them rich kind of thing, I guess. Because they
Yeah.
haven't come out with a new car in a long time. I'm pretty sure.
they had the what's the Cullinan? Isn't that like a few years old?
There's a Cullinan, the Phantom.
They're the Spectre.
Oh,
Spectre Series 2.
Oh, they produce aerospace material. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
oh yeah, they produce engines for
No.
planes.
That's it then. That's got to
Yeah.
be.
STRC continuing to slide down at 94.84 now.
Dude, stop it, Max. You're gonna make me sell or buy some puts.
Oh, we bought some.
I'm just picturing that like porn star meme where it's like, oh, you're gonna make
Yeah.
me like ape
Yeah.
into STRC puts. Stop it, you're gonna make me buy STRC puts. Oh boy. This
at
is
this
gonna be really, really interesting.
At this
I
rate,
cannot wait for the systemic stablecoin FUD that's coming within like 2 weeks, man. They're gonna make you feel like you have to completely leave everything. You can't even on or off ramp. Stablecoins, depegging. It's gonna be really fun, guys. It's gonna be so fun.
Yeah, the systemic FUD is something we could all do without, but
you know
Yeah.
what you should be holding though if you think that's going to happen, Max. So you should be
Useless.
you should be holding stable coins.
Honda.
Stable coins first, like the strong ones on ETH, because they'll go up.
What, USDC?
Yeah, in a collateral squeeze, USDC and USDT on ETH probably squeeze to like above 20 cents over peg.
Oh,
I'm a
wow.
USDT holder because I don't really trust USDC as much. It's kind of a little neurotic of a take of mine, but I'm kind of like, yeah, they're like, they can just basically, they could like, all right, I'm not going to get into it, but I prefer Tether personally.
What happens to old USDE then, Tommy?
Oh man, that's a better question. It's been looking a little droopy recently. I know that.
Not as droopy as STRC though.
That's real. What's the Pendle Ponzi? That's
Oh gosh.
there's
Dude,
like a
I would go
whole
today.
new super. That's why Pendle pumped so hard recently, was because they're like benefiting from STRC.
Pendle? What's the what's
I know what you're
the-
talking about. I can't remember what it's called.
Is there a stable coin on it? Is that what you mean?
Let me see.
It was one of those loops.
I think there's like 500 mil already speculating on it, of course, and I'm sure there's no leverage looped with that. You know, DeFi being DeFi.
Yeah, you need to study the upper decky. Look, short sellers of MSTR do what they have to do. Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, withdrawing off of nicotine is almost as good as actually having nicotine. You know, you catch kind of a slight buzz when you don't have the Zins.
Prometheus.
You know,
I think I found it. APX USD. No, that's not it. Never mind.
dude, ETH is, oh my goodness. Is it crazy to think we're going to see ETH at like $800?
No. Not at all. Wait, that's USD.
You know what's crazy too is open interest for Bitcoin's still like relatively high.
Are they
Yeah.
longing this?
They
see what-
were going down to like 68. I know some people got liquidated yesterday, but the aggregated OI is
They are longing this dip right now.
yeah, they've been longing it the whole way down.
That's terrifying. That's absolutely
is?
terrifying.
Who is?
I think a lot of it's Binance, I'm pretty sure.
Stop that. No Binance, bud.
I think it is. I might be wrong, but I mean, if you look at when we bottomed out at like 62K at the beginning of this range, OI, based on my indicator, was at 5 bill OI, and right now we're at 7 bill at essentially the same price.
I think options are getting squeezed too. Deribit. You guys want to know?
What was it, 50?
I'll drop this alpha one time and one time only. At least throughout most of the cycle, a really good signal of a market bottom is when Deribit funding goes just like ridiculously negative, because it means somebody got carted out on options.
Whoa. STRC puts just spiked.
I wonder who that was.
Oops.
Like,
was that Prometheus?
I wonder who that was. No, it wasn't me. Somebody just put an alert out.
it was like 300% in about 1 second.
Yeah,
no,
definitely
that wasn't
somebody
me
on this.
then. I've got
okay.
limits. I'm not like chasing it higher.
What?
I
You're
got
not chasing?
partially filled. I'm trying to get filled, but I'm struggling to get a full fill right now. But it's fine. If I can get anything in there, I'll take it. Like,
Just short stock, brother.
oh,
Short the
I
stock.
am, brother. Oh, I am.
All right, I need to
Oh,
size
yeah.
in right now. I'm
Oh,
literally
yeah.
sizing right now. Getting excited.
I'm just happy we've got volatility, man.
Yeah.
Maybe I should put a sell somewhere.
Dude, Saylor coming out saying he's going to send Bitcoin volatility to 0 literally marked the bottom for Bitcoin volatility.
That's a great point, actually. Yeah. Somebody took that personally, and whoever it was, I have a fantastic amount of respect for you. Don't take my volatility, man. We won't get on the soapbox like we have the last like week or so, but Bitcoin needs volatility more than anything. You need speculators here.
Yeah, just don't chart Bitcoin divided by DVOL because it looks like it's about to die, completely die. And when I say don't chart it, I mean Tucker, please actually chart that right now.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh no, not the crypto cap.
Yeah.
And then I don't think that's the right DVOL. You need to do.
Yeah, that must be. Devol is this.
Okay, so zoom out, draw me a diagonal across the highs from.
Diagonal across.
I would go log mode so you can see last cycle too. Draw a diagonal across the highs.
These
Right there. Fake breakout, tucking back under. Right there. Yeah. Last cycle, we did the same thing. If you look at that little, maybe go to the daily, you see a little bit more. Go to last cycle. Look at that little spot right there. Yeah. That
Well,
little
weird
draw
did there.
diagonal and then whoosh. And that was the same shoulder we're potentially printing right now before Luna collapsed.
That's actually insane.
Isn't that crazy?
Dude?
Everything I keep looking at is just like, yep, we're going down. Yep, we're going down. Yep, someone's getting carted out. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's like everywhere I look, it's just like screaming.
And Bitcoin dropped 35% in like 2 weeks.
A week.
Yeah, less than a week.
Tucker, can you pull up Bitcoin 3-day RSI?
Yes,
Oh,
brother.
no.
Yes.
You
Come
understand
on.
the edge of the 3-day chart. I will
Yes,
say that.
brother.
That's true.
Tell me
Very
tell
few.
me that RSI isn't making a lower low than it did in February.
February. Oh, back here.
What'd the previous bear market bottom at? Oh, dear Lord. Okay.
We made lower than that.
24. Huh?
We made lower than the bear market bottom in February.
Yeah, we did.
Why are
Okay.
we not going to make lower than February if we're in a downtrend on this move?
I mean, this has been so just shorted every single one of these. I mean, that goes back a long way. Holy shit. Time to get on Tinder. Yeah, I mean, you're going for the wick. You're going for this for sure. Like you're going for that, in my opinion.
I got to wait another day before I post the liquidation cat meme.
Use the parallel channel on RSI. It works better. I used to have it. Yeah, there it is.
What I know we haven't really talked about equities that much because it's kind of like indices are mostly, I mean, like they're down a little bit, but nothing too out of the ordinary. I am interested in seeing what the correction looks like with oil getting ready to spike. Because I do feel that we're going to see, probably over the next 2 weeks, we're going to see oil break out.
So you're planning on a market-wide correction, then I would assume. If you think
I don't know
oil's
how
going
I don't know how deep it's going to be for equities. I really don't. I don't know what to expect there, but I won't make any bold predictions about that. I am like actually very curious on what the S&P is going to do if oil is trading at $150 a barrel.
What is pure alpha too? I'm going to say it one time, just like Tommy said, a one-timer, is the VIX 3-day RSI is pure alpha if you want to ever buy bottoms in the market.
Doesn't even go near the 30.
It is pure alpha.
So are we bottoms? Or wait, no. Are we topped? Is that what you're saying?
If you want to know what the bottom is, you want to know what the top is. Generally speaking, the 3-day RSI is pure alpha. Throw on.
It's not good.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me go back this guy. The mid channel. Yeah, the 0.5. You can put the 0.25 and set the 5 on too. Kind of like that. I'll see you at 17, 18. All right.
Can you imagine? Truly, can you imagine? I mean, that would be. Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what word I want to use so badly, but I'm going to put a bottom in if I use it.
Don't say it.
Convexity.
Oh,
Can you feel the convexity in the air?
I can. Can you pull up the IBIT chart, Tucker? Keep the RSI up.
Yeah.
Because one thing I've been watching is like the actual divergence in like
Oh my.
RSI readings and like MACD crosses between like they're subtle between like IBIT and spot Bitcoin. Because obviously IBIT doesn't trade on weekends, so it's a bit different. Like if you were to look at the daily on this versus the daily on spot Bitcoin, the prices are slightly different if I'm not mistaken. I haven't checked them today.
I mean,
like RSI specifically.
Oh, on our side.
Yeah.
Still got Luna on here.
Bro, did somebody really post yesterday a whole article about why the crypto market stopped needing Bitcoin and why that's bullish?
Yeah.
That's, I mean, the short, long term, I think it is bullish, but not in the short and midterm. Like,
Oh,
at
he
all.
works at Coinbase. Oh boy.
So yeah, RSI on Bitcoin. RSI on Bitcoin's 20 and it's 24 on IBIT.
Yeah. And you can just even eyeball it and see how they're different.
Yeah.
So I think this is kind of worth paying attention to as well. Like people will be like, Bitcoin RSI is like the lowest it's ever been, but it's like we got a new Bitcoin chart in town and it's called IBIT. So I think it's worth probably paying attention to both, but yeah,
Oh,
we'll
God.
see.
That the way you just said that, Max, reminded me of like we got a new IBIT chart in town. It reminded me of oh God, it was Skip Bayless quote.
Oh my goodness.
Move over, LeBron. Ben Simmons is in town or something like that.
Ben Simmons is in town.
All right. It's time to take us out.
Yeah, probably.
Tommy, if they want more information on how to short this market, tell them where they can get that information, okay?
For sure. If you guys are, having a bit of a hard time with this market, maybe confused by the current price action, we do have a premium Discord where you can get more thoughts from everybody here on this panel, as well as Wabi, Jackus, and of course, Louis as well. I hope I'm not forgetting anybody. I don't think that I am. But yeah, check out our premium Discord, guys. We've recently marked down price for a limited time to $149.99, and we were even nice enough to give you the first month half off if you use code TraderX50. You can get analysis from the team, access to obviously all of the analysts, and of course 2 hours of live calls every single weekday, both before and into the New York Open. So if you're looking for education, if you're looking to level up your trading, check us out. Of course, if you enjoy Market Check today, reminder that we host the show live throughout the week on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday if the New York Stock Exchange is open. Maybe if volatility is crazy enough, there's a Friday show. Who knows? We have kind of a flexible Friday, but rigidly Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Our typical start time is around 11:30 to 11:40 a.m. EST. But also make sure to wrap up your day with Market Talk, hosted by the legendary King Wabi through the Because Bitcoin account on X. Typical start time for those spaces is around 3:45 EST, but make sure to stay following and subscribe to both so you can be notified, not just when we schedule those spaces, but of course, also when we go live. But thanks, guys, for tuning in. That is it from us. I imagine this week will continue to be plenty volatile, so lots of opportunities to make money, which is what we want at the end of the day. But yeah, thanks again, everybody. And of course, stay safe.